So guys, hello and welcome to this new video on my channel. My name is Seyshi and today I'm going to show you my favorite team build in Inazuma 11 Victory Road. I already did show you a bond build in one of my last videos, but I just did overwork it and it makes so much fun to play it. And maybe it's not the strongest overall possible, but for me it's just making so much fun to play, and I'm going to show this to you right now in this video. So if you like content like that, don't forget to leave a follow, leave a like, and now have fun watching this video. Alright, then let's not talk that much anymore and instantly jump into the team, because how you can see, let's just start with the most basic things, and we are using the 4-3-3 delta position. Why are we using the 4-3-3 delta position? Delta is not the most defensive formation, as you can see, only on defense 2 stars. Also because your two center backs are most likely at this position, so like at half 9, but it's still very good, because when the enemy is attacking, you're still going to be able to defend very good. So this is at this moment my favorite formation, especially in combination with bond, because when you run 4-3-3 triangle, and as an example you have kick off and pass the ball just in the back, these two defenders are not even hanging off the ball is instantly going to the goalkeeper, and it's so annoying. So I can only recommend you to run 4-3-3 delta. As tactics, we are using Flame Fortress. I'm explaining you why I still use Flame Fortress even after the nerf. Zoned out for some more bond power after every pass, and Eta Virtuoso, so no one can actually catch the ball when we are passing. It's very strong. It's just a very strong build that's making so much fun for me, because when we just check out the passives, as you can see, we're making a pass 4.8%, because when we would add another passive we would only be at 5.2%, and then 0.2% would be completely wasted. So we only use 4.8%. It's still 100% enough for you. Then we are running the, for every 1% increase in bond power, team attack and defense plus 1.60%. It's making such a huge difference, because when you are at 30% bond power, you're just gaining 48% attack and defense as well. And with the focus attack for players of different elements, it's just making such a crazy difference. I'm just going to show it to you later in the ranked match, but let's just continue with the passives. Then we are just normally running the 50% attack and defense, because as you maybe saw in my bridge video, I don't know if it's already out or not when you see this video, but you need to run attack and defense, otherwise you're just completely getting cooked and wiped out, because everyone is still just running attack and defense, though it's still just the most strong thing that you can rerun. Then as we run 3 strikers, we are not running on the opposition's half of the pitch passive, we are running the 4 players of the same position short attack plus 3.5%, because when we just use this 3 times, all of our 3 strikers are coming on 31.5%, and it's just a way higher multiplier than if you would use actually the 24% for on the opposition's half of the pitch. That's why we are running this. Then we have Team KP plus 20%, a very underrated player passive in my opinion, because as you can see, it's just the player passive, not the team passive, what's making it so strong. I'm running this on 2 of my players instead of the normal for players of different elements, focus, attack and defense. As you know, a fabled goalie is normally on 3600 without any counter KP, and like that, with the 20% team KP, you're just getting on 3600 with your normal base goalie, and that's literally a huge difference, because the enemy is not going to be able to one-shot you that easy like before. And why I just love running bond so much is just because it's boosting your focus, attack and defense in the infinite, bro. It's just making such a crazy difference if you run bond and this passive, because like in the terms of defensive focus battles, no enemy is getting through past you, because then you're just having, when you're at 30% now as an example, but even when you're only at 15% bond as an example, you're still getting on very strong numbers with this passive only. But now let's just say we are at the 48% attack and defense boost from this passive and the 50% boost from this passive. Then we are already at 98% attack and defense boost. And it's always every attack and defense percent is also a percent boost in your focus battles. So then when we run for players of different elements, blah and having a 30% focus attack and defense boost now as an example, you're just getting on 120-130% attack and defense, and that's just making the huge difference, and that only from some passes. And when you're just having the 30%, you can just one-shot the enemy goalie, as you saw in my last video, without any problems. I'm also going to show it to you in the ranked match we are doing today, but now let's just start with the Hisatsus I did equip on my players. Now let's just continue with the player passives all in all. As you can see, here we are just running some Justice on these 3 and on my strikers, and here we are running him on Justice as well, and the rest here we are just running on Bond for some more 1% increase in Bond power. Yeah, that's very strong. Then we are running a Fabled Coach, because Fabled Coach, when you run Bond, you should really use a Fabled Coach, because it's just giving you already almost everything in the very high multiplier, and you wouldn't be able to run a team like that without the Fabled Coach. And then yeah, we are just running 4 times Team Bond power to just get this passive right here on 4.8%, and the rest is just as well built up on Justice. We are not using any tension, because as you can see, we are just using low tension moves, and that's just making the difference, because with the update, when the enemy is using a Hisatsu and you are not, you're getting 13 tension, and that's just making the difference. Why tension, you could still run tension. Tension is still very important, but on that build you don't really need it, as I just said. That's also why you don't run that overcosting 100 tension Hisatsus. Only, like as you can see, I did equip Penguin the Hunt on all of my goalies 3 times to just get the power of that a little bit more high, and you can't get countered. Particle Accelerator on both of my center backs, Electric Impedance on my 3 defensive midfielders right here, always a 50 tension dribbling ability. Only on them I run a 70 tension Hisatsu, because when you're actually in a focus battle with them, you want to get through there. That's still very important, and the chance to get through there with a 50 tension Hisatsu only is not that big. So these are the only 2 characters where I run a 70 tension Hisatsu on, and on my goalie obviously. This 100 tension Hisatsu is only there on my goalkeeper for really burning situations to not get one shot. And the 50 tension Hisatsu is only there to fill up your hyper move gauge. As you can see, I just run it almost the same on my other goalkeepers as well. On these midfielders here, on one I'm using a 3 times a dribbling Hisatsu, 1 long shot, and 1 defensive Hisatsu, also electric impedance. Electric impedance 3 times here, 1 time future eye, and also a long shot. As I already told you in my last Bond video, my strikers I'm running with curve shot and chip shot, since you're just getting with curve and chip shot on a higher shot attack than you would get with a normal shot Hisatsu. And Fission and Fusion is just there, so we have a long shot with not that much tension and also no element. So you can see I'm abusing the no element Hisatsus very much, because they are very strong. That's the team, and let's not talk that much anymore and instantly jump into a rank match, and let's hope the connection is better this time, bro. Okay, we found a match against this guy, and as you see, he's using Ibuki, so this is very good, because we have our Shiranui right here. If we have kickoff, I can already tell you now that we are going to one-shot the enemy's goalie without any problems if we are not playing this ass. And before I'm reading comments like, oh, just use better players in the better stat range, after the patch, it's not even that much of the need anymore, so I'm just doing it like I am right now. Okay, we are just forcing the enemy now to use an Hisatsu. Maybe we are when we get the ball back, we are good. And even if the enemy would have get through there, we are good as well. And now we have the ball back, and what we are going to do now in an instant is just popping off Eta Virtuoso, bro. I did not even want to use that. I did want to use Zoned Out, but it's also okay, because we are just gonna pass back to our Sanguji. Gomaki, oh my god. And we are instantly in the front, and the enemy can't do anything, as I just told you before. We are just passing 1 time to our Njord to make the chip shot a little bit better, because we are at 29% bond, and now we can just use the chip shot. And as I told you, we are going to one-shot the enemy's goalie with a 4100 shot in terms of bond, and this is so good. We did not even have kickoff, and we just scored the goal without any problems, man. This is so strong. Also, what I want to say is, it's not the best team ever, but it's just making so much fun for me, and I really like this build. And I finally have, when the connection is actually alright, a little bit fun of playing this game again right now. Okay, now we just got the ball back with a clean setup castle wall. We are passing the ball again, and we are passing the ball 1 more time in the front to our Njord, and we are just in the same situation like before. We are just passing to our Shiranui, and okay, that pass was sucking again. His Ibuki is not catching the ball, and it's a 3400 normal shot just again from our bond power. And okay, the enemy is even trying to save it up. Bro, you're not gonna be able with the elemental advantage to save this. He is, oh wait. Yeah, the 10% again. The 10%. Bro, I swear, how is that possible that the enemies are always getting the 10% buff? This is so goddamn dumb, man. Because as you can see, even our normal defenders right now are on, okay, 1300. The enemy is just using elemental catalyst, so it's just how it is. Okay, the enemy just scored the 1-1 right now. Normally we would be leading, but that's just how it is. So we are just going to pass the ball one more time in the front, and as you can see, our justice 48% is just immense, and 2500, bro, this is diabolical, I swear. And now we are just in the zone again. I'm just gonna pass one more time to my Njord, passing back, and we can just use one more chip shot, bro. And we are again at 3800 attack, and this would normally just be the 3-1 right now without his save, and we not even, I don't know, sweating. We are just playing this completely normal, and with the immense shot power of Bond, we are just smoking him, bro. I thought this is safe again, bro. Let's focus battle, please. Tschüss, Bruder. Oha. With Tsurugi 1-8, are you dumb? Okay, and now as I just told you, also a tip I can give you, use Flame Fortress before actually using in Hisatsu in defense, because as you can see, you're just boosting your defense on 40%, and this is making a huge difference then. And as you can just see, we just got this shot from 3300 down to 554, and this is just making a huge difference. Okay, and now we have kick off, and I can already tell you now, we are gonna one-shot the enemy again. Just like that, our soul is right here, as you can see. And we are just passing again to our AG. And we can just fire off curve shot, bro. I think he's even tired of that, but it's just working, and it is so immense, bro. Just check this out. 3800, the enemy can't do anything, and we are up 3-1. This would even be a 4-1. This still annoys me that the 10% save rated hit in. And as you can already see as well, we are not having any problems in terms of tension, bro. We are just in the zone again. Wait, I need to pass the ball in the back, otherwise he's fanging it off. And we are just passing one more time to our AG. And we are firing off a chip shot, and it's gonna be, I guess, even with 20% bond only, the 4-1, and the enemy can't do anything, bro. We are smoking him completely. And what we are just doing now is popping off Eta Virtuoso for no pass intercepts. And we are just popping off the ball one more time in the front. And what we are even doing now, we are not taking the risk to go into a focus battle. We are just abusing Elemental Catalyst right now, because I don't think he's got any hyper move tension. Activating the zone. Oh my god, bro, what's wrong with my voice? Just like that, we are firing off the next curve shot with our AG, bro. This guy's the MVP today, bro. Again, 4000, and we are just doing the same thing over and over again, and it's just working. It is so annoying. For me it's good, but for the enemy it's annoying, obviously. And okay, it doesn't even look like the enemy wants to play anymore. I also wouldn't like to. It would annoy me a lot. And okay, next focus battle is ours. And I can already show this to you right now as well. When we are using Fission and Fusion, we are having 15% bond right now. So we would be coming on 3000 with a chip shot. You can see we are not getting a that big shot attack. That's just why we are running chip shot and curve shot like that. And like that, we are just popping off driving header to score one more goal, because we have elemental advantage. This could actually go in, bro, with our EV. This is going in, bro. We are smoking, bro. Alright, that's it now with the match. We did win the 6-1. I also need to say the enemy wasn't the best, obviously, but this was just the perfect enemy to show off to you what this team is really capable of and why it's making so much fun for me to play with this team. Since only with passes we are getting on a high amount of focus attack and defense, a crazy amount of shot power, this team is making so much fun for me, and it's just my favorite build and how I love to play this game right now. The connection is actually alright. But if I was able to help you, I would really appreciate a like and a follow. And now see you next time. Write down your opinions about this build in the comment section. And now see you next time. Your Seyshi. Goodbye.